story.
That's the worst thing about the series, though, because you start with, like, you've got 3 timelines, which you don't find out about till fucking
Till like the end.
way like the last episode.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, god damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, because you kind of think Geralt and Yennefer's are the same, but then you find out that they're also different timelines.
Yeah, and then everyone looks the same. Like, I can't pronounce the name.
It would have helped if there was like years later or years
just
earlier.
a title card.
Just something.
Just give me a fucking title card.
They didn't want people to know. They thought they were clever. But yeah, the writers of The Witcher thought they were super smart, and they're like, we're going to trick you into thinking they're all the same. And then you're going to be like, oh my god, they're different. But instead everyone's sitting there
Oh my
like,
god, I saw that city on fire. Now it's not on fire.
No, it's not.
She was dead.
Yeah.
Now she's not dead.
Yeah, and but like, you're also like, is she the mum? And then, because she looks the same.
Yeah.
How old's Ciri, you reckon, at the end?
Wasn't she like 14 or something?
I thought she was 12.
Or something like that,
That's okay.
I reckon she's older than 12. She looks a bit older, but like not 16. So let's go with 14.
Yeah.
She's not legal. Henry Cavill, back off. So she's 14. So over 14 years, the grandma continues to look the same age as her mum, which is her daughter.
Which is...
It's stupid.
All sorts of fun.
And then, so that's I think the main problem with the show is the timeline, and they fuck you over in the very first episode by showing you Ciri at the end, and then
Yeah.
They're going on about that. Especially like the way they put in like Ciri's mum. I think her name was Freya. I can't remember her name. It's so long since I read the books.
Properly.
Was it Ciri's mum?
Oh,
Yeah.
fucker. Blonde
Yeah.
chick that looks like Ciri but older.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Which is why I was like, wait, is Ciri now an adult? Ah!
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when the mum did the whole like screaming powers thing, I'm like, oh, okay, this is Ciri.
Yeah, like they have the same
Grandma,
power.
sorry.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like, hey, just let
But
me
then
know.
she vomits and she's like,
You're like-
and then you're
and
like,
it's
oh.
wait, no, this
Yeah,
is...
I guess they sort of made that clear. I guess. I mean,
To me, it was
it's
just
an
like,
essential
oh,
story.
Ciri is sick.
It was a short
Like-
story, and it had to be put in, I guess. But
That's the thing. It's like, because all of Geralt's timeline is a bunch of short stories until the last episode
Yeah.
that he's asleep for. And then
pretty much.
Yennefer gets a story arc, but her
Which
story
she
arc,
didn't get in the books.
but her story arc takes place over 30 years.
Yeah,
Possibly-
I'd say a couple decades.
Let's
at least.
go
Not
with a couple of
I wouldn't say
decades.
a century, but yeah, a couple decades.
Okay, so her timeline takes place over a couple of decades, but you see her for about a week or two in each episode, but at a different time. So you're like, oh, I think I'm starting to like this Yennefer chick. And then the next episode, it's like, look at all the character development I've had. And you're like, but I didn't see it.
But
And
nothing
she's
happened.
like-
How did you get this?
Yeah. So at the very beginning, she's trying, well, not even at the very beginning, episode 3 to 5, she's trying her hardest to become the witch. What are they called?
Sorceress.
Okay, she wants to be the sorceress of the best city in the world.
I wouldn't even say it's even the best city in the world. It's
I don't
just
know,
a
it's right.
backwater place.
But
Like,
it
they just
was her
didn't want-
best option.
It's the best option.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay, you're,
yeah.
you're coming from the book saying it's a
Yeah.
backward place, but in the show it's
Yeah.
presented as her best option.
Yeah.
So
It's
she
just
tries
where
her
she's
best.
from.
Okay. Well, she tries her best to become the sorceress of her hometown that she was sold from and no one liked her
Yeah.
from. So she tries to
yeah.
become that sorceress, and then she finally gets it after giving up everything that she apparently wants later on. And then, so she has to go deal with this town for 30 years, and instead of seeing her get bored, we cut to the end of it, and she's like,
it's
I'm bored.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then she
Oh,
gets
this is-
attacked, and then
yeah.
everything changes. And then she's like, I will now do this other thing. And then they literally, as soon as she says, I'm going to become, she doesn't say it,
No.
but she's like, she's like, I'm going to be a freelancer, basically. She's like, I'm going to be a
Yeah.
freelancing witch. And then they cut at the end of that episode, and then they cut later on, and they're like, I am bored of being a freelancing
Yeah.
sorceress. And it's like, show me the character development, don't just tell me.
Yeah, it's weird because like when she's like in that house and Geralt and was it Yaskia come in? And then,
You mean the
know,
orgy house?
Yeah, the orgy house.
That's
Apparently,
great.
like she had an influence over the whole village. I'm like,
She just orgies.
that doesn't even look like a whole village. That just looks like everyone's just in one house.
Yeah, it was a house.
Like, it's
it
just a
looked
house.
like one house.
Yeah, and it's like in the books as well. When the djinn comes out, it destroys the whole village.
So
In
that's
this
that's one of the short stories?
one of the
or is
short
that-
stories. Yeah,
Okay.
it destroys the whole village. In this one, it just destroys the house.
I was going to say, it
okay.
destroys the house and makes Yaskia sick.
Oh,
That's
that's only
right.
because Geralt wished it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Geralt
he
wished
uses one of
it.
his wishes.
He used up
Yeah.
one of the wishes by accident. Yeah.
To make him lose his voice or something.
Well, yeah, it's just like, can you like, oh, was it shut up or like never do or something like that.
Yeah, and then
Just,
he got
yeah,
that
that's why he's got
lump in
like
his throat.
bump in his throat. Yeah, it's just and he couldn't really speak because that's what Geralt wished for. But funny enough, I don't think another thing too is in the series he's fishing for the djinn, even though in the books he finds it by accident because he was fishing.
Well, they cut to
Like-
fishing. Wait, was he actually looking for it?
He said it. Oh, I'm looking for a djinn.
He
I'm
did,
like,
yeah.
Okay,
But in
right,
the-
because he wants to sleep. Because
I can't fucking sleep!
yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas in the books he finds it on accident because he's just wanting to get food.
so that's but they that's the start of the episode, right? He's like fishing for it. So again, they just cut.
Yeah.
Because it's a bunch of short stories, and they don't have the time, even though they're almost an hour episode.
Yeah, and it cut
Like
out
56
It
minutes.
cut out the best part as well in the books. He
Book time.
He doesn't know that the djinn
Welcome
is
to
a
the
djinn.
book corner.
He doesn't know it's even a djinn in the first place, and he thinks it's like some mystical being. So
He's
he
just
says,
rubbing a lamp. He's
yeah. So he says in like his this language that he like got taught from a druid ages ago, and he says it, and then the djinn goes away, and then later on it reveals that he said, "Go, like be gone and go fuck yourself," and so that's
He
what the
says-
djinn goes and does.
The djinn goes and actually fucks
Really?
himself.
Yeah, 'cause that's what he
The
wished.
writer of
That was
this
his
book-
second wish.
Is there as much nudity in the books as...
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because
If
it
not
didn't...
more, please be more.
It's about the same.
Well, it didn't feel forced.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, no. It felt the only time it felt like that they were actually kind of like doing the whole Game of Thrones let's have tits was when he was talking to the initial first wizard. Raffagan.
That was also
Yeah,
that's
whatever.
described in the books as well.
Okay.
A garden
well,
full of naked women.
Yeah, because it's just like they're in the background, they're like, like the show's just sitting there like, look at
Yeah.
them, do it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it was...
Yeah.
Again, it didn't feel forced because they were just in the background, but it was just random.
Yeah.
It's not Altered Carbon where they're just like, everyone has nipples.
Which,
Is there any part of Geralt's storyline in the show that isn't just short stories?
Nope.
Perfect.
Because, yeah, none of it feels connected.
No, because it wasn't. In the
And
books, it wasn't. Yeah.
the Strigavor,
Strigavor. Yeah.
Strigavor,
Something like that. Yeah.
isn't even in the games. In the first game, it's literally... I know that the series is based off the books,
Yeah.
but in the first game, the game starts with a cutscene that shows him kill the Strigavor, or like turn the Strigavor, and that's the end. That's how they intro you to the Witcher game.
Wow.
That's literally like that's his introduction in the game. Is
Wait,
like
Strigavor is in the first game.
it's a cutscene.
Wait, he's.
They literally show you the cutscene that it's almost shot for shot of the movie, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that right. The cutscene. Sorry. Yeah. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
so like
right,
that's
right.
literally
Yeah. Oh, the
It's not
Strigger. You mean the Strigger?
what's the Strigavor?
The Strigavor is the guy's name, I think.
I'm sorry, fucking
Sorry.
what? Strigavor is the wizard, but a Striga
The
is the
Strigger is
Is
the.
the- is
Sorry,
the
you're
creature.
talking about the creature.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the Strigger.
well.
Sorry. Yeah. In the
So,
first game.
sorry,
Yeah.
his name is Strigavor.
Strigavor, I think, or something like that.
Oh, look,
We're gonna look this up.
I'm gonna make sure.
I think it was.
Mic.
These wizard names are very confusing, but I remember all the sorceresses.
Aren't you the book guy?
Yeah, but
You're the book.
he comes
You
up
should know this.
twice in the books, just twice, and they didn't even show the second time in the series anyway. I'm assuming there'll be season 2, maybe. I don't
There is
know.
a season 2. I'm
Oh, wait,
pretty
no,
sure
hang
it's
on.
already filmed.
Strigavor.
in
Yeah,
the
it
UK.
is Strigavor.
Yeah.
Okay, so that pretty much brings me to my next point, which is fuck the names in this show.
Yeah.
So we've already established Striga and Strigavor. One's a monster that was raped by its brother.
Her mum was raped. By,
Oh,
well,
yes.
not raped actually. They had an intimacy.
Yes,
Right.
But then
the
he got
other
cursed.
guy couldn't
other
get
guy
her.
Cursed. Yeah.
It's a fucking mess. Watch the show. You'll figure it out eventually after they explain it at the end of the episode. It's a theme.
Yeah.
The theme is they explain everything at the end of the episode.
Spoilies. Yeah.
Pardon?
Spoilies.
I mean, it's not really spoilers.
Spoilers. I mean, you can't spoil the show is another thing. It's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that episode is the only thing that has.
Somewhat
It's
of
like
a-
the guy that you saw for 5 seconds at the start was a bad guy, which is every show ever.
What's funny enough is like in this season,
Yeah.
it's introduced 2 characters which are the biggest main 100% bad guys in the entire series, and I'm just there like,
Alright, spoilers.
oh, misdirection.
Yeah, who?
What? Who?
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers.
No, actually, no. The first one I can't because it's really good reveal.
Is it
But the
Yennefer?
second one,
It's Yennefer,
the
isn't
second
it?
one sort of reveals it. It was Vilgefortz, the one that bashes the wizard's head in at the end
Oh,
on the
right.
rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the one that has the shorts that keep coming
the,
out.
Yeah, the,
Yeah.
the
got
good
kicked off
guy
the
that's
edge.
suddenly
Yeah.
the bad guy
Yeah, he's
for no reason.
Yeah,
But
he's the absolute number one main
So,
antagonist for the entire series.
why does he fight the Nilfgaardian dude so hard?
I never understood that. I don't understand.
That's-
He's
Does
not.
he align with Nilfgaard at the end?
He's kind of not. He's sort of on his own, but I guess he sort of like does it out of like I guess a need for resources or something like that.
But then
kinda.
immediately murders a friend.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I'd
but-
never understood.
Although
that.
none of the sorcerers are even really friends, it's just kind of like near the end they're like, "Hey, we need
Yeah.
sorcerers.
Well, I feel-
Y'all want to
what-
help?" And
yeah.
they're like, "We're not doing anything."
A working theory is that like, they were sort of like pretending, so it makes him look like, oh no, he's on our side. You know, but I don't know. I'm just gonna wait to season 2 until I figure that one out.
I hope season 2 is a lot easier to follow.
It will be.
Season
It
2 should generally be better because they won't have to be fucking around with timelines. All the
'Cause
timelines have converged.
Oh, true.
The first
that's right,
two
yeah.
books
So it
were
shouldn't
short
even be
stories.
short story anymore. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
the
should
rest
be
is a main
actual,
series.
Should be an
yeah.
actual.
Which I think was a mistake.
Yeah.
I think the writers thinking they're too smart was their biggest mistake.
Yes.
Like they've missed a few short stories, so I'm sort of a bit worried they're gonna put them in season 2.
I reckon they could probably use them as they'll probably use them as filler
Yeah.
episodes. But the bad thing
Yeah.
about Netflix series only being 10 parts is you can't really have filler episodes.
Yeah.
Because if you have a filler episode, it's going to go for 45 to an hour. Or in Altered Carbon's case, video coming soon. Or in Altered Carbon's case, an hour and 7 minutes for a flashback episode that's that's basically filler.
Yeah, because it definitely is a filler. Like, one of the short stories I'm thinking of is definitely 100% can be used as filler, but the other one though is sort of a character growth thing between Yen, Geralt, and
You see, that makes it not a filler. Like, as soon as
Yeah.
they're actually... If they start and end somewhere different, like, character-wise, if him and Yennefer are mad at each other, and then by the end of the episode they're friends
Actually,
again,
that does make sense. It
then
probably will come up.
it'll work.
Because at the end, she was mad at Geralt. So therefore... Actually, no, that does make sense.
Was she mad at Geralt? Because Geralt wasn't there. Geralt was asleep.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
knocked
no,
out.
no, but remember in the episode after the dragon, right, how she was, like, upset with him.
Right, because
of the
she wants
witch.
babies.
'Cause,
Yeah, I think that sort of will play
Okay,
into
'cause that's the only
that
thing
short
that-
story.
That's the only thing that
Yeah.
makes that dragon episode still a filler episode. But at least at the start of it, Geralt and Yen aren't together. They meet up for a bit. You find out that they've been having booty calls. They're friends, and they're kind of like...
Shows like a
they're not
passage of
star-crossed
time.
lovers, but they've star-crossed themselves.
Destiny.
Yeah, they've Romeo and Julieted themselves, where they're
Yeah.
like, I can't be with you, and she's like, I can't be with you either, but also...
Let's be with each
and
other.
then, let's do the...
Let's do the deed.
Ew. Yeah, sorry, and then by the end of it, they're angry with each other, and that's why he goes off to do another short story by himself, and where she
Yeah.
goes and continues.
Yeah.
When does she... I think as soon as... I think it's after the Jin episode is her final time skip kind of thing.
Yeah.
The rest of them
Probably,
make
yeah.
decent enough sense. It's before that her character jumps around a little bit too much for me to actually end up enjoying it. It's like that's what I think held me back from actually giving a shit, because it was always like she was doing something and then the next episode she was bored with that thing and she'd move on to the next thing.
Oh, that's right.
Because Strigavor.
Yeah. Well,
Nilfgaard comes up almost immediately, but we never see Nilfgaard. We see the
You never do.
Nilfgaard army,
No, yeah.
You never do.
and almost every
Even in the books.
No, never. Even in the games, you don't see Nilfgaard.
games are fine because they're just the bad guy, and you're like, oh, they're the bad guy. Because in a game, you wouldn't cut to seeing the bad guy. Like, you wouldn't cut to the bad guy's perspective.
No.
In almost every form of media, you cut to the bad guy's perspective.
Yeah.
Until the third one, I think. But then you
Third
meet
what?
Third game, but you meet them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, again, they
Spoiler.
always say,
That's really a
they've been saying from the start
perspective.
these are based on the books, not the games.
Yeah.
In the books, you never meet Nilfgaard.
You never go to Nilfgaard. Oh, you go to a province that is owned by Nilfgaard, but is self-governed, so a vassal state. That's
Hong
about
Kong.
as far as you go, really. You never really go into Nilfgaard itself. It's all based in the Northern Realms.
Okay, because pretty much everything else, I mean, like, other media will show you the bad guy's side of things.
Yeah.
So that you can understand them, because they're good bad guys, because
The thing is,
you...
in the season 1, there is no specific bad guy. Not
Yeah,
until...
Black Knight Plumey Boy.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
He's in the whole series,
He
and
is,
you
yeah.
you probably find out his name at some point, but I don't fucking remember.
They say his name's Kiv.
Kiv.
Kahir? K-A.
Kahir.
C-A-H-I-A.
I like Black Knight Pumy guy more.
Yeah, Black Knight Plumey
But the
guy.
thing is, they never,
Love
in the
Plume.
books, his face is never revealed until, like, or his name until, like, later on. In this one, they're like, well, here's my face. Let's go.
Yeah, well,
I am the
whole
bad
first
guy.
episode. Well, I mean, that's Nilfgaard in general. They're always just like, they're not even a force. I guess we see them wipe out Sintra, and they do show that they're dicks. Like they literally stab dying people on the floor. So it's like
Fanatical
your
part sort of got to me a bit. I'm like,
fanatical part.
you know the part where Geralt had like Nilfgaard soldier up in the last episode. Oh, I think it was the last. No, it was second. When he's escaping Sintra, and he's like
Second last, yeah.
yeah, second last, and he's like got that like Nilfgaardian soldier, and he's just like he's like, oh, I'll be blessed by the eternal time, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
fun.
I was
yeah.
like, they weren't that fanatical in the books or even in the series or anything like that. There was no evidence of it.
It's probably like they probably gave them that fanatical side because they had no character. They were literally like an ominous force.
Yeah.
It's like there's no. Well, yeah, they could have showed the leader at least. I mean, they showed Black Knight Plumey guy with the whole man with his face
yeah.
thing.
Funny thing
He
about
gets like
the
the
leader.
tiniest bit there.
Yeah, the leader.
I mean, don't give too many
Yeah.
spoilers in case people don't want to actually read into it or anything.
Yeah.
But they do explain it later, or they don't.
No, it's a big thing later. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm definitely not going to be explaining that.
Oh, they're not going to.
No, they will be,
Okay.
but I won't be.
Right.
Well, I think they need to explain it because if they
Yeah.
don't, you're left with literally just like Black Knight Plumey guy, which we get.
I reckon he'll be
We
revealed
see
in the second one.
he's mad.
Yeah.
He's mad for a bit. He's a good fighter. But yeah, the only thing in Nilfgaard they show is they beat the shit out of Sintra. They stab people on the floor. So from the start, you're like, okay, these are bad guys. Because that's first episode, I think. Because yeah, Ciri runs away.
Mm.
So you see all of them murdering everyone in Sintra except Ciri. Sintra, Ciri, goddamn, come up with more like vowels or something. I don't know. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
blame the author. That's the author.
Yeah, there's a literal blame.
Or
the
that's the
author.
Polish language. I don't know which one.
Looking at you, Poland.
Just all of Poland.
Just all of Poland, it's your fault. It's your fault I don't understand names. Jesus. So yeah, so between episode 1 and 8 we see them marching. We see the sorceresses, sorcerai? Caesara. We see the Caesara
Yeah.
watching from a distance as the Nilfgaardian army march, and you're like, days are coming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like full Jar Jar Binks.
Baddies.
That's all they are.
Baddies.
They're
Yeah.
just baddies. They're so
Yeah.
shit. And you don't care about them at all because Geralt doesn't meet them up until episode 7, where he has to escape.
Mm.
Where the writers want you to be like, he was there the whole time! No! Like Home Alone style. So, they're just bad guys. That doesn't matter.
They're just bad guys.
When Yennefer doesn't even meet them, it's literally just Ciri's timeline that meets them.
Yeah.
Yennefer is, like I said, when she's hanging out with Cave Guy, she's just sitting there and being like, oh, these are bad guys. Nilfgaard's coming. She walks through their camp at one point,
Yeah.
but that is like they're not being bad guys.
No,
they're just
being.
constantly wearing black armor. Yeah, subtle. Nilfgaard wears black armor. I wonder if they're evil.
Also, can we just explain, like, take a second to acknowledge how shit Ciri's whole journey is? Like, she's running, and then she comes across, like, a Amazonian goddess, like, forest,
Yeah,
and then
that's,
she bumps into Geralt.
That's
a bit
what?
of a-
When?
The Brooklyn Forest.
The Brooklyn Forest. Like, it's all...
Talk a
where
little
they,
louder if you can.
Where
just
they
make
like
sure my
drink
computer-
that like water thing.
Yeah,
and
and
all that,
it's
blah,
no
What?
longer
I don't
snowing.
remember
It's-
any of
You
this.
don't remember?
It's like episode...
I
probably
remember she
seven.
meets Elfboy.
She gets like all like dazed and is walking towards it, and the
Yeah.
elf's like, "Whoa, what are you doing? That's the," and he gets hit by an arrow, and
I remember she meets Elfboy. That's literally all.
then there's like these
right
like,
after she meets out, like an
Yeah,
episode
She meets
after
Elf
she meets
family, and then Nilfgaard kills everyone because Nilfgaard baddie.
No,
Remember?
that was after.
That's after. This is
There's in between that
The
and the
point of
camp.
the killing.
There's like this forest. There's this black chick who's a druid or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
What?
It's in a
You-
place
you
that's
do-
like
yeah.
it's like no longer snowing, right? Because it's
Yeah.
snowing throughout the entire series except
Yep.
in this one part of the forest.
Yep.
And she's like praised as like this old like fucking I don't know.
I legit
Like, it
don't
was-
remember
you
this.
don't remember this?
At all.
It was
Holy
literally
fuck.
all these like
It was the
druid
best part
chicks
of
with
her-
crossbows and
It
spears.
was the best part of her of her arc.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, yes, they run. Yeah, they have to
Yeah.
go through the entire killing.
Yeah.
There was the massive killing floor of snow, where
Yes.
all the arrows shoot out and kill everyone chasing
Yes.
her except her.
Yes. And
Okay.
Elfboy gets hit.
Yeah, no,
and
that was
then
fucking
revived.
pointless as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elfboy stays with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does, yeah, they fix him up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
I mean, yes, it was pointless, but it was the best part of her arc.
That was
because
so
something
relevant to the
happened.
story.
Because
something happened.
It's weird as well.
Eat shit, Siri.
Yeah.
Eat shit.
It's weird because like that arc, like the Brooklyn Forest, in the books goes on for half the book. That's
Jesus.
literally a big arc. Like Geralt at the end of
Is that actual book, not short story?
Oh no, it's short story. Like
Okay,
a lot
but
of the short
it's-
stories are based in that. Or actually, even one of the books, you go back to it. But the thing is, Geralt's met
it's
Ciri
massive.
before that part at the end. He has met her before, and it was in that forest
True, because he doesn't meet her till
till the end.
Till the
very
end,
end.
after it.
which
In
is
the- in the
after the
series,
big fight,
that's the
which
first
is
time.
does Nilfgaard technically get defeated at that place, or did Nilfgaard win? I can't really remember.
No, they get defeated.
Yeah.
So Nilfgaard loses.
So they lose the first
Oh,
war
because Yen does all the firebending.
Yes.
in the series. Yeah,
Who does the firebending in the book boy?
Triss.
Yeah,
But
how
in
about that?
in the series, Triss is doing like vines, mushrooms, and they're like, that's something a druid would do. That's something like Mousek's supposed to be
So
doing.
there's literally one of them is already a druid.
Well, yeah, Mousak, the guy that got the Doppler cloned and all that, he's supposed to be a druid.
Oh.
Okay.
And druids are like nature magic and shit, but instead he's using force fields and stuff on there. And
Yep. So they just swapped
Right.
shit around because they wanted Yennefer to do the cool shit.
even though
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Triss does appear in the first game from the half of it that I've played.
she's in all three.
She's in the first 5 fucking seconds of the game. Hilariously though, the first game starts with you passed out in a cart. It's not like Oblivion, like you're not waking up and they're like, oh, traveller. It's like you wake up and they're like,
You're finally
yeah,
awake.
they're like, we're all witches, and you're like, cool. And then they're like, we're also under attack, and you're like, ah. Like Triss
Yeah.
is majorly important. Also, I've only seen a little bit, but everyone's mad. Are you mad that she's not a redhead?
I know a few people that are mad.
That's the main thing I
She-
heard
in the
about
book,
Triss.
she was described as Auburn, I think. I think it was Auburn.
Auburn means red.
Red.
Auburn,
Yeah.
Auburn means like a
It's like a
darkish red.
darkish red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's a
Whereas like
sexy
in the
red.
game,
It's
she's
a
like
sexy red.
bright
It's not
red. Yeah.
ginger.
Yeah. Yes, no, I don't know. It's just that
Would you rather they have?
the thing I only had a problem with is that she looked older than Yennefer. She's described as like one of the youngest sorceresses there.
You see, I'd say she looks the same age as Yennefer,
Yeah.
but also no one fucking ages, because that would make the timelines too easy to follow.
Yep.
So everyone is now the same age the whole movie,
Yeah.
TV show.
Yeah. It's like the
Yeah.
last episode, right? All these like soldiers are coming at her. She puts her hand,
she does
and then they all.
she does
Oh,
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her name was Coral, right? And there's a whole book dedicated to her.
So she's important, but she gets
She's very important.
skewered
But in this
super
one, it's
quickly.
just like, whoop! I mean,
Yeah.
it is confirmed she does die there in books and everything. But
She's
I'm
like,
still
I did a power, and then
I was
they're
just I'm just like, I don't know if I could see you in a series or episode of your own. Like,
well, that's the thing. They didn't
Yeah.
care. They're very selective of what they're choosing
Yeah.
to do.
yeah, pretty much, which is fine. I'm like,
I mean, they've got to cut the fat, like they've got to,
Yeah.
especially on a short series book, but they didn't have to make it the way it was. I think I like the content, I just don't like the way the content was shown to me,
yeah,
is my main takeaway from... And I think Series 2 will fix most of those problems.
well,
It's-
Yaskit, right? I'll give him that.
Yaskier is
He
always
is
good.
I like
very,
him.
very on
He's
point.
cool.
Like
I
everything.
Toss him a coin, fuck the Witcher.
Yeah.
Toss Yaskier
That's
a
the
coin.
thing. That is an original song, right? Because
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
written by the two composers.
Oh, okay. Because
And
in the book,
Yaskier,
yeah,
I can't remember his name. The dude that plays Yaskier.
yeah, Joey Beatty.
Joe Beatty. Joel?
Was it Joe?
Joel?
Joe?
Joey? Joey Beatty sounds
Joey
right.
Beatty?
Yeah.
Something
Joey
like that.
Beatty, on the day, like, they wanted him to sing it live and everything so that they could capture that kind of thing.
Okay.
Because the whole song sounds kind of like, do you know the YouTubers that play with nothing but a ukulele?
Yeah.
So, like, it's mostly their voice and then the ukulele kind of backs them up. He does that with a lute and he does it really, really well.
Yeah.
Which is why the only official version you could find was on the composer's SoundCloud, which was fucking hilarious because they've just got they've got a SoundCloud. Like,
Yeah.
do they post viral tweets and say like, "This went viral. Check out my SoundCloud," and it's toss a coin to your Witcher, and you're like, "Fuck yeah."
Yeah, because like in the books, it literally described like usually in most things they go, this person was just singing at this time, but he actually describes all the lyrics in like a pose. Like you got like the regular text,
He
and then
actually
it's
writes the lyrics?
He actually wrote the lyrics to
So
whatever
toss a
he's
coin to
singing.
your Witcher is what he wrote.
No,
or-
I don't think that's what he wrote, but like
Okay.
he obviously sings something else. But every time he's singing,
Yeah,
you see
They
the lyrics
literally
there.
read it.
They,
Huh.
Like the author literally put the lyrics in,
I enjoy that.
or like
Yeah.
poems or anything like that. They're all there.
Because because he's
Yeah.
a bard, it would be important. Like what he's singing about would be story related instead
Yeah.
of just like background music. So
Yeah.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, so I was kind of I was thinking that they put that in, but
I
yeah,
don't think he has any other songs in this show though, does he?
No.
Apart from Toss a Coin.
not really. No.
Fair enough. You make one good banger, you just play it out.
Play that same song.
What's that? Play that same song again.
Hey,
Yeah.
Also, that like episode where I think it's in the same episode, Toscanti, Rachel, when, Yaskia?
Yes,
Yeah.
Was like,
what's his other name? Sorry, Dandelion.
His English name is Dandelion.
Dandelion, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
so they went with the Polish name.
They went with all the Mousak. Is the English name is Ermion.
Why is there English names?
I
So
don't
sorry,
know.
is that like as in like when they rewrote the books for English?
They
changed the
They made
names?
the names English, I guess.
That's a dick move.
That is a dick
Yaskia is not hard to say. I mean, even if you're reading it, you read it as Jaskia, and you can just say it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they just like, oh, Dandelion sounds better. But is Yaskia like Dandelion in Polish? Is that what it is? I don't know. I've never looked this up.
It doesn't either way. Like
But then, like, how do they get Ermion and Mousak? That's another weird thing.
yeah,
Geralt's still Geralt. Yennefer's still Yennefer. Triss is Triss. Every other sorceress is the same. That's the only two times.
yeah,
that
odd
names are
choice. But
different.
I'm glad they went with the Polish names. It gives it
Yeah.
a little bit more of the
Authenticity.
the Western European like
Feel.
The Eastern European.
Eastern European fantasy
Yeah.
kind of thing. Again, if you're talking about anything Geralt did, everything between episode 1 and episode 7, you can mix and match and you won't even fucking have any idea because none of it correlates.
Remember when he stabbed someone? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that time. Yeah.
He stabbed several people.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
yeah, it's just the
Yeah.
and then because Yennefer, she has her character arc. She's got her thing.
Yeah.
Even if they skip all the bits that I actually wanted to see, that's fine.
Ciri just runs.
Ciri doesn't have a character arc. Ciri's afraid and runs away, and then she runs away some more, and then she bumps into a lady, and then Geralt finds her, and it's like, woo!
I just want season 2 to be more coherent, to like easy to follow.
It will. It should.
It just needs to be more arcy.
I think it
we
will
need to
be,
start
yeah.
with something, and we need to end with something like a normal fucking show.
it will. It will. Yeah. Don't worry. It will.
If it's
I'm
not a-
hoping. Yeah. I'm hoping because the big time skip. So
Which time skip?
Which what?
No,
what
no,
time
as-
skip?
to the second, to the from the short stories to the main series. There's a bit time gap in between.
course there is.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say they don't tell you that.
I
but
hope they
sure.
explain it. I hope they explain it with like a bit of narration. Or
Wait, does that mean Yaski's dead?
No, he's alive.
So things start becoming normal when we meet Yaskia, because Yaskia would old.
Yeah.
Yaskia would old?
What is that?
Yaskia would age!
Yeah, I would say time skip. I don't mean like a decade.
No, but like that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Everything else is decades. Because
Yeah.
Yennefer's like minimum 30 years. I think she spends
Yeah, she
a couple of decades with just that kingdom.
She's
Like,
older than Geralt. Actually,
yeah, she spends a couple of decades doing her fucking job before she's like
Bored. Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
so.
So the whole woman.
So
spiel
as soon
thing
as we
was a
hit
bit out of
Yaskia,
character.
it's only like 5 years tops to keep Yaskia a normal age.
Yeah, I'd reckon.
No,
Yeah.
no, because Yaskia's at the party with Thingo.
Oh
Yaskia's at the party with the
exact
Sprite.
same. That's
so
right.
Yaskia ages 10 years.
Yeah.
Sorry, minimum 14 years. We're going with series 13 to 14. We'll run with that.
Forgot about that.
So yeah, he ages and doesn't age. Fuck you, show. God damn
Yeah, I
it.
totally forgot about that. That's
They
right.
didn't need to do it as the thing. It's like,
Yeah.
would you have been pissed off as a book fan if they made everything... well, I mean, they would have had to keep Geralt and Yennefer the way they did. But then, did Yaskia need to be at that party? I mean,
Yeah.
he's the only reason he went to the party, I
Yeah.
guess.
He is a yeah.
Yeah,
And then
in the book
Ciri,
series.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Like, people age in 10 years, especially when the life expectancy
in like medieval
in
times.
medieval times is 30.
pretty bad. That's actually kind of weird because
I'll give him 60 years old as the
well, because King Foltest as well, he's also in the main series. So I guess how old? Yeah, I don't know what this time skip's going to be. All I know is it gives
and
him a
that's-
reason to
that's-
change the Nilfgaardian armor.
That's like Ep 3 that we see Foltest, because Foltest is the fucked his sister.
Well, that's another weird thing too, because in the books he's described as young and handsome.
And he's played by the
He is
guy.
neither.
Yeah, I was gonna, he's played by the probation officer from Misfits,
Yeah.
the spooky one that keeps trying to fuck Finn.
Ah,
So yeah, he's already old,
Yeah. So I never understood that choice.
He's not
but-
young.
and I bet if he's in is he important? Will he be in season 2?
Important? Yeah.
Is he in season 2?
He should be.
Like, do you
I
think
mean,
he
if he's
will-
not, I don't really.
Because
I can see that
as a
he's
book
not,
reader, would you guess he would be in season 2?
I would assume so because.
Okay,
like,
well he can't be
yeah.
because he should be dead. It's been 30 years, he's dead. I'm sorry. Bare minimum.
It's weird.
Again, even if they're making Geralt's timeline... Even if Geralt's timeline doesn't change, because there's no reason to believe it does realistically. Yennefer does jump around, but Geralt could be a couple of episodes of, like, a couple of years apart, and then meeting Jaskier to meeting Ciri has to be 14 years. Like, it literally can't be any different.
Yeah, it really does.
Unless Jaskier followed him around for 5 to 10 years and didn't age, and then they skipped forward. So, like, Jaskier should be 25 years old. Anyway, I mean, he should have started as a baby. Jaskier should have been a teenager.
It's going to be interesting.
Do you
how they
think
explain
the
that.
series 2 will still work if there is no time jump?
Yeah, it can still work. I could see it working. It's just that Nilfgaard's...
Just so Netflix now has like a
just
retcon.
They beat us. Let's go again.
I mean,
Yeah, who's the bad guy in season 2? It's going to be the dude that murdered people, and it's going to be Nilfgaard. Because Nilfgaard's got to have another go at it.
No, well, see, in the books it makes sense because they don't describe the looks of it, so it's still sort of a mystery. Interesting how the show does it.
Well, they didn't kill a whole army.
Because
Like,
they
killed
show
like
they
50,
show
100 people.
because this might be a mild spoiler, but they like the main bad guy does appear in season 1, but you just don't know it.
Yeah.
So if they show him,
I'm trying to think of who could even be a bad guy in season 1. I'm like,
if they show him in season 2, people would be like, "Oh, cool!" Even though in the books the reveal was way over here. So it's gonna.
well, we
be,
don't know how many seasons this is going to have. And
Seven.
Oh, really?
I think they confirmed that, didn't they?
I don't know, but they're going to give it as many as they can because Netflix loves money.
Yeah.
Well, if they do, then maybe they could do that season of stores. That'd be great.
They'll milk it as much as they can. They were touting it as the new Game of Thrones for so long. It's nowhere near the quality of Game of Thrones. Like, that's the really, like, you got to put Game of Thrones the first 2 seasons at a 10.
Yeah.
Like, you literally can't, and then this falls to like a 7. Because if you're saying, like, in general, if you're like, oh, how good is Game of Thrones season 1, you'd be like, oh, it's probably like an 8 or a 9, like, it's quite good.
Yeah.
And then you'd probably give this show like a 7. But then you compare them to each other, and all of a sudden The Witcher is like a 4 compared to Game of Thrones season 1.
Yeah,
That show is
not a
fucking
good
mint.
comparison at all.
Yeah, like, that's the bad side.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we can hope for season 2, is that they sort their shit out, realistically.
It should.
Because Game of Thrones was better at the naming convention, so like you knew where King's Landing was, you knew where everything was.
Yeah.
Considering that the intro is a freaking map.
That
was a good intro.
That's really
yeah.
smart. That's
Yeah.
helping you like identify the land. Because in most books you get a map, like all the Tolkien books, you get a map.
Yeah, that's the problem
Whereas
with the
in
Witcherverse.
The Witcher, you have no fucking idea where anything is.
Yeah, there's no
Because
official
we're told
map.
Nilfgaard, and we're told Sintra,
We're told Nilfgaard's in the
and we're
south.
told Geralt of Rivia. We're told Rivia, so we know.
That's the other problem
We
too.
know Rivia is somewhere. We know the sorcerer's place is on a cliff somewhere.
On a cliff somewhere.
We know Sintra is somewhere.
Somewhere.
We know Nilfgaard is also somewhere.
That's another problem as well. When he said, "Where's Temeria?" It's like pointing at it's like going, just pointing at a map and going, "Where's Canada?" You know, like Temeria is a big land.
Oh,
the
it's
capital.
a huge thing.
It's
right.
a huge piece. Like there
I
are
was going to
4
say,
chunks
people
of
know where
land.
Canada is, idiot. Like, what?
Also,
Yeah, but
they
yes.
can probably read Canada.
But yes,
where
you're
Canada
saying-
4 chunks
You're
of
saying
land,
it's a
and
big place.
Temeria is a big chunk of land. He should have said, "Where is Vizima?" which is the capital city. That's
Vizima's in the first game.
it is. Yes, that's the capital city of Temeria.
Is that the crossover from the thing?
That place fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I hate it.
You go back to it in 3.
Good.
Hopefully
That's
it's
what I
better.
wanted.
Hopefully it's
Yeah.
better.
That's
It's
basically
not.
it.
You literally can only go into the castle and that's it.
It sucks.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I think really think.
Oh, hey!
Didn't see you there.
See you there.
How's it going?
I think that's all the grievances I got.
Yeah, no, that's
other
pretty
than
much
that,
everything.
other than that, I enjoyed
Did
it.
we talk about any good? I think we did.
Yeah, and now for the good.
Oh shit, no, let's whack a good. Let's talk about fight scenes real quick, just to whack some good in there. I'll inject it earlier
The
on.
first fight scene. Like
The
in
first fight scene
episode.
is the best bit
Yes.
of the whole show.
Yes.
No, actually, well, Geralt is the best bit of the whole show.
Well, yes.
Just the fact that you love Henry Cavill and love Geralt, despite him not really changing or doing anything.
He never really does.
It's-
That's just him.
yeah, he's just good, and you're just like, yes, this is good. Comparing it to Old Cardigan, because I've just finished a rewatch of season 1. No one likes Rick Flag. His name's not Rick Flag. Takeshi Kovacs.
Rick
He's
Flag.
played by Rick Flag from Suicide
Right,
Squad.
right,
Fuck
okay.
Suicide Squad. Yeah, like you're like, you're like fucking whatever. But with Geralt, you're like, I fucking love Geralt.
Yeah.
He's a like he's doing all the same things as Kovacs. He's not caring. He's being like a fucking detective half the time, and he's fucking chicks, and you're the whole time you're just like, fuck yes, Geralt.
Hell yeah.
Geralt's just good.
Let's go.
It's just Henry Cavill. It's good casting. It's good acting.
Yes.
Altered Carbon, Rick Flag, Joel McKinnon.
Yes.
Maybe.
Rick Flag can never
Not
get a
good.
break, can he?
No.
Robocop. It was a
Is
Suicide
he in
Squad.
RoboCop 2?
He was in the remake. Yeah.
Imagine being that guy that like, we need someone without emotions. Joel McKinnon, you can't act. Also, we make your sister. She can't act either. Her name's like
You're talking
Dyken.
about the sister. She does appear. She appears in like the one where like there's like a fight.
She
the
appears
gun
in
thing.
flashbacks. It doesn't
She was like in
fucking
the
count.
first episode.
She appears in flashbacks. It doesn't fucking count. But also, she can't act either because she used to be in Neighbours. So
okay.
she's Australian. She was in Neighbours and in
Margot
Agents.
Robbie in Neighbours as well. Or was it Home and Away?
One of the two. But
And there's
Margot
also a
Robbie's
guy
actually-
from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that was in one of them as well.
Yeah, he was in Home and Away. He's the explosive guy, but also he was in Home and Away, but Neighbours, the Daikon chick,
Yeah.
was in Neighbours as well, and she was also in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She was Sky's mum.
Neighbours and Home and Away really do get you places.
I mean, like,
Well,
all
Chris
the
Hemsworth,
Hemsworths.
yeah.
Like, all of them.
Who would have thought?
And Leighton Hewitt.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What about him?
Yeah, so the first fight scene was the only... I mean, it was the best one. The other fight scenes were nowhere near as good, I reckon.
No. I mean...
It was weird, especially in Sintra when I was defending Dooney. I was there like...
Who's doing it, sorry?
So, the hedgehog guy.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I was like, is he killing the guards or is he just... No, wait, oh, is he killing them? Oh.
Well, no, I mean, he literally can't be killing them because he's smacking their armor with a flat blade, like with the side of his blade. You've got to,
Yeah.
you've got to shank a dude or like cut him up
Yeah.
there
I was
or
like,
like.
yeah, I was that's what I was thinking. I was like,
gouge.
making sure I'm just like
I took it as he was just beating them
Yeah.
over
He's
not
because
gonna
I think you
yeah.
heard like clanks and shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay,
Alright, well, that's good then. Yeah.
but like, oh yeah,
Because it'd be kind of weird. It's like you murder all these guys, and you're just like, all right, you forgive him.
Cool.
You're like,
Thanks,
cool.
guys.
But yeah, so with the dragon episode, it always gets drawn up. I think it's episode 7. What? No, it's 6 or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Anyway, usually episode 7 in Netflix shows are the shit one. Stranger Things season 2, episode 7, Altered Carbon episode 7. They're all terrible. But
I can agree with Stranger
the
Things.
dragon fight.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you haven't watched Stranger Things?
Yeah, it's not.
Get on it. The season 4's about to come out.
Yes.
The dragon episode fight scene. I felt like because it was
That was
Henry
okay.
Cavill and Yennefer. It was so much cutting.
Yeah.
Like the reason the first one is good is because it's almost a clean play. It's him.
It's almost...
flawlessly doing
It feels
everything.
like one shot.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like...
Like they do cut
flawless.
around, but you always know where everyone is.
Yes.
Whereas in the one where they're getting attacked from every angle by other people, it's like cut. It looks like a Marvel movie. Like they're
Yes.
cutting from person to person.
Yeah.
People
Maybe
are
it's
rolling
just
over.
the different directors. Maybe because it's a different director.
Possible,
every episode, isn't it?
but they should have sorted that out, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's also just editing. It's like I get that they probably should have got more coverage. I don't know, but the way they shot it and edited it was pretty trash. Because like, it could be that Yennefer can't fight. I don't know. She might.
She doesn't in the books.
Well, no, her choreography, she might not have been able to like nail it or anything. Whereas Cavill can do the one take because he's great at dancing and shit like that. But you would assume Yennefer would also be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because that's the way they treat the first fight scene of the first
Yeah.
episode. Not the first. The big fight scene in the first episode, it's almost like a ballet. Like, it's everyone doing their poses. It's very
Yeah.
Eastern Chinese where it's like everyone has a pose and they do that pose and then they die.
Yep.
Whereas in the next one, in the Dragon episode,
Yeah.
it's literally like Yennefer's doing something and then someone falls down and then like it'll cut to Cavill and then they're cutting back and forth the whole time. Just give me like a wide, show me something.
Yes.
Just annoyed me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I love how we started this with the good things.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
What were we doing about
And then
good
we went bad
things?
again. Oh god.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed it either way.
I think we talked about good
Yeah.
stuff at some point.
Yeah.
If not,
We all liked the show.
yeah.
I mean, we did.
That's something. We're hopeful for season 2.
Yeah. I
We're-
mean, as a whole, what would you rate, like, out of 10?
First season.
Yeah.
It'll probably only get like a 6.5 or something, or maybe a 7.
Yeah.
We'll go a 7.
That's the highest.
I've been meaning to put together a scale of like a hard scale where like everything sets up. So like when you compare it to a movie, it's like you just move down the scale and you'd be like, oh, is it as good as this? No, it goes below. Is it as
You
good
can,
as
you can
this?
make it like a little graph thing, and the longer the beard is, the better it is.
The longer the beard, the better it is.
It's too short at the moment. But yeah, so that's like, yeah, I'd give it a 7. 6.5,
Yeah, that's
7.
fair.
Do you agree? Or
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
because you're like a hardcore fan. Like you are a Witcher fan. So like, did it do it justice for you?
It tickled me. Yeah.
No one needed
Tickled
to
me
know
in the
that.
right places. I'll give it
Hence-
that.
dislike if you didn't want him to say that.
I
But
mean, yeah,
is it what you wanted? Did you want more from it? Did you want...
That's really what I could expect from 8 episodes. And it's like they got all the important bits in, so I'm happy with it.
Okay, but you're happy with everyone's characterizations except for the whole, like,
Yeah, and I'm
Triss
glad
not being a big deal.
Yeah, the Triss not being in, that was a bit, and I'm glad that they put in a backstory for Yennefer. But apparently they're going to do Vesemir's backstory, which has never been done, so...
Oh, he's the
master dude. He's the master dude.
He's the head
and,
honcho, yeah, okay.
Hopefully it's Mark Hamill.
Looking at you, Mark. Watching our vids.
What are you doing now? Like,
You got nothing on.
Honestly.
You got nothing.
yeah. Luke, what?
He's not allowed. Well, he's not allowed to do the Joker anymore because he wrecks his voice too much.
That's a good point. So there we go, Witcher.
Yeah.
You're in, kid. Well, yeah, there we go. So, sorted. Boom.